the 365 cut. These are the meaningless ramblings of a Scottish redone whore and a pissy ex-video store clerk. Their ongoing mission is to set right the movie wrongs. They're gonna need a bigger podcast.
Hello, you are listening to the 365 Flicks podcast. This is episode 64. I am the Scottish weed and whore, Chris.
And I am the pissy ex-video store clerk,
Straight
Kev.
out the back with the names.
Yeah, we got there.
Mm-hmm.
I feel we're getting more professional.
Well, it comes and goes.
64 episodes in, I feel like you should be getting a little bit more professional. But I mean, we're getting there.
We're back though. We're back for another episode. We're just done recording another Indie Talks.
Yay.
Look out for that coming your way very soon. But we're here for a regular episode tonight to talk a bit of crap and stuff and things.
Movies, TVs, games.
Yeah.
A play, people. We put our tuxedos on. We put some dicky bow ties on.
Yeah.
A bit like Dumb and Dumber. I had the orange one. You had the blue one. And we went to see an actual, honest-to-God, live-action movie.
Yep.
It was like 3D, but proper 3D.
Yeah, no. It was coming right at you.
If I wanted to, I don't know if they would have wanted me to, but if I wanted to, I could have touched them.
I would guess not.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't want me to.
I think that's probably frowned upon. I'm no expert.
I mean, I don't go to many plays, but yeah, they probably wouldn't like that.
It's probably the second one I've ever been to in my life. I don't think they would have cared for that at all.
I don't know. It's a form of affection. Instead of throwing...
I don't think, them in the middle of doing their thing and you going up and going, would be... I think that's...
Did you notice, though, when you watch the movies and the TV shows and the cartoons and all that, people always throw roses at them? Nobody was throwing roses.
No, it was none of that.
What was that all about?
I don't know. It was winter.
And there was no, Mark should have been like, they love me. They really love me.
If anybody's going to do it, it'll be Mark.
It would be Mark, I'm not saying, he overacts, but he doesn't underact.
Shatner.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It was like they were playing that game the whole time.
They were.
But this is...
he's a ginger, he's very needy.
We will get to that. We will talk about the play. We will talk about that later. That will be in our What Have We Been Watching section, obviously, because we watched it. But first of all, we've got a few other things to talk about. We have our normal movie news, which, as you've been saying all night, it has been a bit thin on the ground.
It has been a little bit, yeah. Well, there's one big thing that we'll talk about that'll probably take up the time.
Is it the thing about Alba being the only people making 3D TVs?
It is that very one.
Yep. And we have a top 5 that you selected tonight. This was your idea after a couple of drinks.
Yeah.
Can you remember it?
Yeah, well, I posted it on the Facebooks earlier on.
So you did, yes, I saw it. I didn't see it. I'm saying I saw it, I didn't.
So the top 5, in honour of the play that we're going to be talking about, One Big Lie, in honour of the... Can we say the main character? I think she pretty much was.
She was on stage the whole time.
Yeah, so the main character in the play, played by local actress, her name is Racheal Cox, is that right?
We'll go with that.
Yeah, I think that's right. So in honour of her, because she was fucking great in it, we decided to do a top 5 of top 5 current British actresses.
Yes.
Yes.
Leading lady actresses, current top 5. Yes. And that will be coming towards the end of the show. But first of all, we would like to tell all of you amazing, amazing people who are listening to us drivel where you can find us. So would you like to tell the people about the networks?
Yeah.
Go on then.
So you can find... Well, first of all, you can find us on Facebook and you can find us on Twitter if you search for 365 Flicks Podcast. You can also find us on iTunes and you can find us on any other third-party podcast apps, including Satchel, and if you were that way inclined, Stitcher.
Nobody's that way inclined.
No, I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so.
No.
Network-wise, we are on the awesome Tangent Bound Network.
Yeah.
We are on Wicked Radio Network around my big sexy dev.
Mm-hmm.
We are on Weeby Geeks.
Yep.
We are on the British home, nerdly.co.uk, because we are British and we are awesome, and so is Nerdly.
Yep.
You can also find us on #PodandFamily on the Twitters.
And if you go to all those different networks, all those different websites, and on the Twitter for the hashtag Pod Family, you will find many other fantastic podcasts. In fact, I found a new podcast this week.
You did not.
This isn't really news. It's not really what we've been watching, but I'm going to start with this. I found a podcast that has decided to... I can't actually remember the name of it. No, yes, I can. It's called One Good Thing. You know how Holby does One Good Thing about something? Mm-hmm. Well, these guys do a whole podcast about that.
Right.
And it's great. I've quite enjoyed listening to it. However, the first episode was Batman vs Superman, so I turned that off within about 5 minutes. I was like, screw you, and then moved on to the next one.
You are a precious fella about that movie,
I am a precious fella.
Yeah.
A little bit less precious than Tony, but I'm still precious about it. Tony of the Jock and Nerd, we know you love the movie. Keep it strong, brother. So yeah, they basically take a movie that is considered a bad movie, like the Fantastic Four reboot, the Paul Blart Mall Cop 2 was one of them, Batman vs Superman, and I just want to give them a shout out because they're a relatively new podcast, but it's really good. Like, I like what they're doing, and I like the fact that they're finding a bit of a gem in what they consider a bad movie. BVS is not a bad movie though.
No, it's not bad.
So we've covered that now. Yeah. But you will find that on the hashtag Pod Family. You'll find them on Twitter. You'll find them on all the other places that you can find us, like iTunes and Stitcher and all that good shit. So have a look for them. I enjoy them. So
tidy.
Because you know I like to promote people.
Yeah, that's fine. Sorted. Job's a good one.
Job is a good one. So do you want to get away from our inane drivel and just get straight into the news?
Yeah, it's been going on, isn't it?
Well, no. Usually we're like the 12-minute mark by the time we do the news. Right now we're at 6.
I get the impression we started off well, and then we just kind of...
Oh, we always peter off. That's just... You know, like, once we got past the whole, like, oh, we have been stiff upper lip gentlemen watching plays, and now we're just two guys talking about movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meh.
Usually goes downhill from here.
So let's talk news.
Let's talk news. So I'll start because I've got a few things.
Go on then.
So production has started on the Predators reboot with Shane Black. And yes, it's set at Christmas. And yes, the Predator has been kidnapped. And yes, all those other good shit that Shane Black does. But the only reason I bring this up is I'm quite happy with this news because when the Alien vs Predator came out and Alien vs Predator 2 and then that Predators Adrian Brody movie that came out a couple of years back, the one thing that was lacking in those movies was a bit of actual violence, blood, guts and gore. Shane Black tweeted out that he is confirming this movie is going to have a solid R rating. So we're going to be getting a Predator movie much like the days of, you know, Arnie. It's going to have some blood and guts, and I like that. I'm happy with that. I'm happy they're going that way because I don't want a Predator movie that just doesn't have blood and guts. I'm sorry.
That's you know, that's what you would expect, really.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I'm still probably not going to watch it because it's Shane Black.
I don't think You used to like Shane Black.
I used to love Shane Black. Like Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, Shane Black was great. Last Boy Scout, Shane Black was great. Not so much anymore. Like Iron Man 3 Shane Black, you can keep him.
We're not starting that.
But yeah, I was just really happy to see that. They put up a nice picture of the cast. The cast looks okay. Like there wasn't anybody in there that I would rave about, but they looked okay. And it's just, it's coming. And I'm glad that it's... getting an R rating, and it's going to be February 2018 that we get this movie.
I think the last Predators movie I watched was the one that had thingy in it.
Adrian Brody.
Nah, oh fuck him.
No.
I can't be doing with him.
Danny Glover.
That's the one.
Aye. He's too old for this shit.
Aye.
Yep.
That's him.
That's Danny Glover. That was a bang-on impression of Danny Glover.
It was not.
It was.
It wasn't.
Hey, Riggs. Hey, Riggs. There you go. Perfect.
Speaking of Riggs.
What's he been doing now?
He is he is in talks for Suicide Squad 2.
Yeah. Happy with that.
I'm okay with that.
That's a bloody good
I'd rather
idea.
seen him do Iron Man 4.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. But I'm okay with that. You know, I've said before on the podcast, I rewatched Suicide Squad and it's fucking terrible.
It's not.
It is.
It's not.
It is.
It's not.
It is. And we're going to keep on going like this until we get
can
to the
do.
12-minute mark.
We can do if you want.
So, yeah, I'm up for Mel Gibson. I will be speaking about Hacksaw Ridge when we get to our What Have You Been Watching segment.
Will. Yes, you will.
So, after seeing that, and I'm up for Mel Gibson doing that.
Yeah, I'm really up for it. I did like the meme that's going around of an interview that he did. I think it was round about the time that Suicide Squad came out, saying how it was probably one of the worst comic book movies ever made, and now he's all for making the sequel. So I did like that meme. But fair play, the man, like, he's done some shit, he's said some shit. I think he deserves another crack at the whip. I've not seen Hacksaw Ridge, but people are giving it some great reviews. I know you liked it because you were tweeting me at the time.
I wasn't tweeting you.
Not tweeting, it's like texting us, WhatsApping and all that shit. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to imply that you were hashtagging. I am very sorry.
Fuck that.
But yeah, you were telling me at the time that how much you were enjoying it. And of course, I really enjoyed Bloodfather last year.
Yep.
That was a great movie, and I particularly love the scene in that movie with him and William H. Macy where they're basically talking about the fact that, Mel took a walk off the map. But he's come back now. And I love that scene. That movie was great. I'm all for him doing Suicide Squad 2. All for it. And, Jared's pretty much said in the last week that he will be returning as the Joker. Because, a lot of people seem to be dropping out of these DC movies. But are they really dropping out?
Well, let's go on to that then.
Because Jared was apparently never going to play the Joker again. He's now turned around and says, I'm playing the Joker in like 3 movies. The Gotham City Sirens, the Batman solo movie, he's on about being in that. Obviously, the Suicide Squad movie too. But whatever.
But, you've got Ben Affleck, who's apparently dropping out of the role of Batman.
Oh, he's apparently completely turned his back on the movie. Bullshit, but, whatever.
It's fucking such bullshit.
It is, and it's everywhere.
It is everywhere because you can't put your Facebooks on or whatever, or digital spy on without seeing this shit. The picture of sad Ben Affleck, which is really fucking starting to get on my tits right now.
Yeah, it's
and it's stop fucking shit stirring about these movies.
It's like people keep on saying Matt Reeves because obviously, as we know, Ben Affleck has supposedly. I still think it's a play. Honestly, I think it's a play on Ben Affleck's part. But supposedly he's stepped down from directing. He's come out and said it. They've said it. So they're talking to other directors. Matt Reeves comes on from the Planet of the Apes movies, which would have been a cracking director to get. And he turned his back on it pretty much instantly as well. Mm-hmm. But do you blame him? Do you blame anyone for not wanting to jump in feet first? Because no matter what they do, no matter who comes on board, no matter what they release, people are going to instantly shit on it because of the last 2 movies. 3 movies if you want to include Man of Steel. Just where is your patience that you had when Thor came out? Thor wasn't very well received. I loved it, but it wasn't very well received. Captain America 1, the first Avenger, I can't remember everybody jumping through hoops loving that movie.
I think, I had no excitement about that whatsoever. I enjoyed it.
Incredible Hulk.
It surprised me how much I enjoyed it.
The Incredible Hulk movie got torn to shreds, but people have Iron Man 2 for fuck's sake. People have always had infinite patience with those movies, but they're just not giving this a chance, and it's.
I don't understand it. There is I don't want to say the word prejudice, but there is something there. There is something there that people. I don't know who is creating it, but there is shit stirring with this franchise, with this, the DCU. I don't understand it at all. I really don't. Somebody, I can't remember who said it on the Facebooks, and one of the conversations said that, well, it looks like the Justice League is going to be a fucking mess. How can you possibly fucking tell that? What evidence is there?
Because people are talking about it and it's getting made, so it's a piping hot mess. No, that's the thing. That is the thing.
But there is no evidence that Justice League is going to be a mess. They've released a trailer.
Yeah.
Fair enough, they released a trailer. The trailer looks fucking good.
Yeah.
But
and pictures. They've released a few pictures, and that tells you a lot. A picture can tell you a lot
because
about how bad a movie
because
is.
of the Flash's fucking outfit.
Yeah.
It's an outfit. okay, there are rewrites and what have you going on with the Flash. There was talk of a page 1 rewrite.
Yeah.
And then I read something about a page 1 rewrite of the Batman. And I don't believe any of it. It's fake news.
But again, fake news. But then again, like you're talking about page 1 rewrites, that's fine. But how many times have you heard a director, the caliber of Ridley Scott, the caliber of Quentin Tarantino, Kevin Smith, for fuck's sake, how many times have you heard a story that they are writing the script on the set? It's like, yeah, they already have that script, but they're making changes as they go. So what's the big idea about a page 1 rewrite? You're constantly, you're always going to be changing things.
Like, you hear stories when you're, like, famous stories about ad-libbing even on movies with, like Bill Murray, or your Jim Carrey, or whatever, with sort of famous, talented actors who they're on set and they're filming their scenes, and they go, right, what if we did this instead and worded it like this instead? That, I blame the internet.
I do blame the internet, but you know what it is, right? I will hold my hands up and say that DC hasn't been perfect yet. They've not hit the nail completely on the head. I'm by no way saying that they've done everything right. I personally, my own personal opinion is I loved the Suicide Squad. It has its problems, but I loved it. Any movie that can make me walk out and say, fuck me, Jai McCourtney was great.
That's true.
That I did. And Batman vs Superman, I loved the theatrical version. I watched the extended version, and I thought that was even better. I still love the theatrical, but the extended version adds a lot to it.
It's a better movie.
And even Man of Steel. I loved Man of Steel. These are like... We have had a good 10 years now of the Hearts and Flowers Marvel universe, where... I'm not going to say they don't take a risk, because you get pissed off at that. But they rarely take a risk. And I don't mean as in the movies they're putting out, as in Guardians of the Galaxy is a risk, but the story within Guardians of the Galaxy isn't exactly the biggest risk. It was just a risky property, is what I'm trying to say. I honestly think Zack Snyder, I think David Ayer, and Zack Snyder again on BVS, I honestly think they have gone to a different sort of place with these stories. They're trying something different, they're doing something different, and that's what I like about it. And I'm not prepared to turn around and say, oh, look, there's a picture of Aquaman. That's a piping hot mess. I'm just not prepared to do it. But it's everywhere.
I also read something about Wonder Woman is supposed to be terrible.
Oh, well, the reviews have started coming out, the fan reactions, because there must have been a fan screening somewhere in some bunker somewhere. And people have started coming out and going on Twitter and saying, oh, a friend of a friend went to see Wonder Woman and said it wasn't very good. And it's like, a friend of a friend told you that they'd been to see fucking Wonder Woman and it wasn't very good. It's like, go and see the movie for yourself and make your own fucking mind up. Please. I don't want to see a friend of a friend, or, God forbid, somebody who doesn't want to watch the movie for a year but constantly says it's shit. Dave, I'm talking to you, Batman vs Superman. But you have to see the movie to make your assumption. You have to. You can't just say, this person said such and such. Just go and see it. Just have a little bit of faith that it's not going to be as bad as you think it is. And just go and see it. Have some patience.
And don't judge the movie because it's not a fucking pain for pain remake of the fucking comic book.
Well, to be fair, Snyder normally does do pain for pain.
No, but do you know what I mean, though?
Yeah.
Like, because it's not exactly the story. I mean, fucking hell, Civil War.
But how many comic book nerds out there have turned around and said, like you've just said, Civil War isn't what the comic books are, isn't what the comic books are. This movie isn't what the comic books did. And then Snyder comes out, steals every panel from every Batman he possibly can, and people say, oh my god, it's too much. He's a thief. He's plagiarizing people. It's like, come on, what the fuck do you want?
You're making a fucking Batman movie!
Do you want it to be a comic book movie, or do you want it to be Mission Impossible? Is that the crack?
I have no idea.
I mean, I want these movies to be more and more comic booky. And personally, I thought Batman vs Superman was about as comic book as it gets. Like, it was. Suicide Squad was about as comic book because it was nuts.
You know, my problem with Suicide Squad is exactly the same as when we were in the cinema and when we came out the cinema. For me, personally, the big bad of the movie just sucked all of the good feeling that I had about the movie away. because it's fucking shit.
I'll give you the big bad.
And,
not great.
You know, then I rewatched it on Sky Movies, and just everything annoyed me about it. I don't know if it's because of that or just everything annoyed me.
And you're allowed your opinion.
There you go.
That's the crack. You are allowed your opinion. Just don't go on the internet and spread hateful bile about something that, you know, is what? It's still a year away. Justice League's still a year away. And people are crying out. And I put on the Facebook the other day that I would love it if Zack Snyder just turned around and says, you know what, you're not getting a fucking trailer.
I did read that the other day. And,
I would love it if he just turned around and says, right, you're getting a trailer.
Or he says, right, here's your trailer. And then it's like... Never gonna give you that'd be amazing.
We have to make that happen. We can do a petition, right? People love petitions.
Yeah.
We want Zack Snyder to rickroll people with the Justice League trailer.
Like that.
I'm into that big time. And if that happens, if anybody puts that on YouTube, you heard it here first. That's our thing.
We call it. We call things.
We call it.
So that was. Yeah, I knew that would take a little while.
Yeah. Let's jump over to, it's not quite Marvel, but he used to work for Marvel, Johnny Fav. Mm-hmm. He's begun casting on his Lion King live action Jungle Book thing. Yeah. What do you think of the cast? Did you see the cast?
Well, Mufasa is Mufasa.
He's cast Mufasa as Mufasa.
Yeah.
A bit of a stretch there. And Donald Glover of Community fame and the man that everybody wants to play Miles Morales. And he's Han Solo, isn't he? No, he's not Han Solo. He's Lando Calrissian. He's going to be playing
My
Simba.
God, imagine the noise if they made Han Solo black.
They'd be fucking.
Oh.
They would be fucking. There'd be riots.
I
honestly.
Yeah.
It would be like Han Solo. It would be like hashtag Han Solo matters all
like
over again.
Disney World would be Hell Valley and Back to the Future 2.
Definitely. Nah, we can't have that. Would be Mad Max in it all over the place.
We would be, yeah. And some places Waterworld in it.
Nice.
Thank you.
I like that.
Thank you very much.
I like that a lot. But yeah, so James Earl Jones is reprising his role as Mufasa.
Happy days, yeah.
I'm happy with that. I'm extremely happy with that. Still not fussed about a Lion King live action movie. Jungle Book was good.
Willing to give it a go because of the Jungle Book. I fucking loved the hell out of the Jungle Book. So I've got an open mind about it.
Do we think that Johnny Fav can catch lightning in a bottle twice on that one?
We'll see.
We'll see.
It'll be different though because you know there was a human character in there in the Jungle Book.
Exactly, there isn't one in Lion King.
So no, there isn't. No, there isn't. We'll see. You know, it's. I think he made such a good job of the Jungle Book that I think he's got
give him a chance. And he did such a good job with Iron Man 1 and 2 that you have to let him direct Iron Man 3. No, wait. No, wait.
He left the project.
He didn't leave.
He did leave the project. He left the project to do fucking whatever.
He wanted money, and they said no and got rid of him.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Blumhouse Productions, the famous horror company that likes to release horrors every year, like 10 a year, they have confirmed that The Purge 4 is coming next year.
Okay.
And I don't know how true this is. I don't know what the crack is. It was just an article that I read, but apparently it's coming to the UK.
Wow, that seems to be a thing now.
Yes.
Sharknado's doing it.
Yes, Sharknado is doing it.
Apparently,
and you know what? They can keep it.
No. Bring it to Berg. We want to be in fucking Sharknado. It'll be in London. Everything's always in fucking London with a bloody London Eye and Big fucking Ben and all that shit.
I would love to see a shark attacking Berwick Town Hall.
Oh, yeah.
But you know what? We had David Michael Latt on an episode. So we could. He does produce those movies. We could, slip him a $5.
We've got an in.
Get yourself up to Berwick. Leave Tara Reid. But get yourself up to Berwick and film some Sharknado.
I'd go for a pint with, what's his name? Finn
Balor.
Oh, Finn Balor, definitely.
Ian
the
Ziering.
guy that plays Finn. Ian Ziering.
Ian Ziering. I'd go for a pint with Tara Reid, to be honest.
Yeah, I think you'd be... I'll stop talking.
She would drink me under the table. But yeah, so apparently, I don't know how true it is, but The Purge 4 is coming to the UK.
I'm okay with that.
But everything
Will Elizabeth Mitchell be in it?
I don't know who's that.
You know...
she was in the third one, wasn't she? Yeah. Yeah, probably Frank Grillo as well, because although some Frank Grillo news, and this one has really fucking pissed me off.
Oh.
The Americans, I like the Americans, are remaking The Raid.
They are. That was on my list.
Did they not see Dread? That's
upsetting. And they're not remaking it, they're reimagining it.
Is that like...
And I read about it, right? And I didn't read it all because it annoyed me. But I read the first line and then I judged it.
You started making memes of Ben Affleck's sad face.
Exactly, yeah. No, I just sat on my desk with sad face. No, I read the first couple of lines and
that was enough.
The reimagining is the director was going, well, I see less like army guys or whatever going in.
Right.
And then they kept on speaking. I didn't read it.
Aye. But that's the thing. They do have the original director, Gareth Edwards.
No, that's Godzilla.
Gareth
and
Evans.
Rogue One. Was it Rogue One?
Yes.
Aye.
Aye. Well, Gareth Evans, the original director of the Raid 1 and 2.
What, just make Raid 3, you fucker?
He is making the Raid 3 apparently, but apparently he's taking like a couple of years out before he makes it. So, you know, fair play. Give him time. But apparently he's all about the reimagining, and he's going to be all on board, and he's going to be helping them. Yeah, I'm not into this. It's going to be like when they remade Infernal Affairs, The Departed. The Departed.
I've never seen Infernal Affairs, to be fair.
The Departed is a great movie, but Infernal Affairs absolutely shits all over it. And
you've been on at me to watch that for years. I'm not going to do it.
I love that whole trilogy of movies. They are great movies. They're fantastic movies. And Departed just... I think it's because Scorsese is not really that huge on making sequels, so he knew he probably wasn't going to come back and make another one. So he has that fucking really bad scene with Mark Wahlberg at the end, shooting Matt Damon, spoilers, and then the rat crawls across the windowsill, and I'm just sat there going, oh, you pretentious fuck. Whereas the ending to Infernal Affairs just doesn't have none of that, and it's a great ending, and he fucking shit the bed on it. If you're not going to make a sequel, at least leave it open so somebody else can.
Oh no, fuck that.
No, you have to, because the whole Infernal Affairs trilogy is fantastic, and technically The Godfather, the second Infernal Affairs, because it goes back, it's like a prequel, and then comes forward. So, you know, they could have done it. It's not fair. Departed's a good movie, though. I will say that. It's just not as good as Infernal Affairs.
Fair enough.
But yeah, the Raid.
We're talking about the Raid, yeah.
And again, Dread. They did it. That was my big thing. I read the article like you, and I was like, they've done this. Stop it. But as I was saying, Frank Grillo is apparently going to be the lead star.
Oh.
Can he kick as much ass as Iko Uwais?
No, absolutely not.
I don't see it like.
So will it be all martial artsy then?
Well, he kind of does kick a little bit of ass as Crossbones in the Avengers movies, and he does kick some ass in the Purge movies, but not really martial artsy. I mean, surely you just pull, like, I don't know, Jackie Chan out of retirement.
Oh, no.
No?
Never that.
Too old.
Yeah.
Ah.
Too old.
What happened to Riggs? That's going to be my thing for the whole night.
You have to leave that snort in as well.
Stephen Moffat.
Mm-hmm.
You know that he's leaving Doctor Who. Or he's calling time on Doctor Who, on his stint for Doctor Who. He turned around in an interview, and this really upset me. Mm-hmm. But he turned around in an interview about Doctor Who, and they were talking about Sherlock. Mm-hmm. And he pretty much said that he doesn't know if another series is going to happen.
Yeah, I've got that as well.
But apparently he would be happy if it didn't happen, because he thinks he's left it in a good place.
I would say, yeah.
You said when we watched the last series that it screamed, that last
like
episode
finale.
Screamed of like never going to happen again. And he's basically saying that, you know, Martin Freeman's busy, Benedict's busy, and he's saying that if everybody had the time to come back and they had the right material, then yeah, they would do it. But he pretty much said that if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen, and he's okay with that. A little bit upset. I mean, I'm fine.
I'm okay with it. I mean, you know, the thing with Sherlock is it's always been 2 or 3 years between series. Mm-hmm. You know.
Which gets annoying.
Yeah. The last series, the first episode was a bit iffy, but after that, it was fucking fantastic.
It was.
And
the last episode was great.
The last episode, at the end, when it was wrapping up, did feel like a way to wrap up the show itself. And so, because of that, I am actually okay if they were to turn around and go, right, you know what, we're done.
Well, so Stephen Moffat, so you're in good company.
You go, well, you see.
And he is pretty much the guy behind it all. We are getting a new Netflix TV show. Mm-hmm. Well, we're getting a shit ton of new Netflix TV shows. But there was one that was kind of buried in a list of TV shows coming up that really got me going. Castlevania. Remember the game Castlevania?
Oh.
They're making a TV show of this. Don't start pulling faces. because Adi Shankar is at the helm.
Who?
Adi Shankar, he does the bootleg videos. He did the Power Rangers one.
Okay.
He did Dirty Laundry, the Punisher one. He did the Dredd cartoon. He wrote the Dredd movie. He did The Grey with Liam Neeson. Fantastic visionary director. I'm all about Adi Shankar. I've always championed him. I love the guy. But yeah, Castlevania.
I played that. I'm sure I played that.
Under his kind of direction, I'm up for that. I'm because he's nuts. It would just be great, like, and you know he would bloody the shit out of it, and he would make it just like total balls to the wall action. Just a great director. Just happy to see it.
Good that it's on Netflix.
Yep, Netflix is pretty much leading the way right now with some of these like original TV shows. So fair play to them. But you know, it's like they had a list of like I think there was like 12 new shows that they're doing pilots for. And that was the one that sort of was like near the bottom, but I was like, oh fuck, like I'm all about that. And he's promising that they're gonna buck the trend of video games being turned into movies and TV shows, and you're gonna actually enjoy this one.
Have there been any video games turned into TV shows?
I don't think there has been.
I can't think of any.
Not offhand. There probably has been. So put your tweets away. I know you're all going to be sitting at your keyboards like Kermit right now, but put them away. We're just saying that we can't think of one offhand.
Yeah, shut up, Dev.
Mario Brothers, I suppose, had a cartoon. Sonic had a cartoon.
I never watched Sonic.
I loved Sonic. The cartoon was great. So yeah, the last thing I really had, and you're not going to give two shits about this, but the Sons of Anarchy spin-off, The Mayans, has officially started filming. They're filming the pilot for The Mayans, and Edward James Olmos has been cast in it.
Who?
Edward James Oatmeal Face.
Who's that?
Remember the series of Dexter when you had the two guys? One of them was Colin Hanks, and he had the old boy with him.
Yeah.
And then he turned out to be a figment of the imagination because he was already dead. Spoilers. He was the one that was already dead.
Okay.
He wasn't Colin Hanks, he was the other one.
Right. And he's in what now?
Sons of Anarchy.
All right.
Why don't you like Sons of Anarchy? Have you actually tried to watch it?
Yeah, I've tried to watch it.
What is it?
I just thought the characters were fucking appalling, and
Why?
I just didn't like it.
They're like bikers. They're meant to be appalling.
No, I just tried to watch it, and I think I watched 2 episodes, maybe 3, and I just thought, I hate every single one of you. I can't possibly give 2 fucking shiny shites about any of you.
I think if you actually gave it a proper full-on go, you'd love it.
No. I'm not going to do that.
Okay. But no, I did actually have one last thing before we move on to the what have we been watching section. Terminator 2 is getting a cinematic release in 3D.
Brilliant.
I know. How fucking shit. I mean, what? Why are they doing this?
Because they can't make a new Terminator movie that's good, so they're just going to re-release that.
They can. Terminator Genesis was alright. It wasn't. It was terrible.
Blimey.
But yeah, in August we're going to be getting a big screen 3D release of Terminator 2. Not Terminator 1, not surprising, but, you know. Anyway, that's what we're getting.
I've seen Terminator 2 3D, the show in
like a play?
In Universal Studios. Well, it's
right.
like a big sort of audience thing, and you've got the 3D specs on, and you've got, you know, it was Arnie and Linda Hamilton and Robert Patrick, and I think Edward Furlong was in it as well.
Cool.
Look at Q.
Not seen Edward Furlong for a while.
Well, no, I think it was probably the last thing he did.
What happened to him?
He got a bit druggy and shit, allegedly.
A bit mental. I liked Edward Furlong though.
He's not in prison now.
Probably. Probably.
But you know, you had like they were relaunching Skynet.
Ooh.
And so they were at the presentation show, and it was like the first iterations of the Terminators, and then Linda Hamilton and John Connor invaded it, and Linda Hamilton was going, "Oh, no, you mustn't do this. No," I don't know why she's there at Cartman. And then so the time bubble opened up, and Arnie came out, and he said, "Come with me if you want to live." It was actually quite good.
That was terrible.
Oh, fuck you.
That was more butters than
But then you went to the future,
right?
And you saw actual Skynet, and it was really fucking good.
Okay,
so fuck off with your.
But we're getting a 3D actual.
I've seen it already.
It was just it was the whole thing. Like, remember when we went to see the Phantom Menace in 3D, and it was like, did it really give us anything? And this is a movie
Well,
that...
to be fair, we only went because we were promised by that turkey neck fuck that if we went to see this, we would get the rest of them, which meant we would get bloody Empire Strikes Back in 3D, which is the only reason anybody went to see that film in fucking 3D. You lied to us, you fuck!
Because that's the first time he's lied to us.
Well, exactly, yeah.
It's not.
I'm quite angry now.
By the way, it's not. We did go and see that, though, and it was terrible. So, yeah.
I think we were sat next to each other, and we probably pissed off the rest of the row.
What, with a... Oh, come on!
And fuck off, Georgia!
That was us being all pissed off. That wasn't sex noises, because I realised they sounded like sex noises.
A little bit.
A little bit. That was...
It was the pod racing scene, right?
That was X-Men First Class that happened. But yeah, so yeah, that's your news for this week.
Got one more, and it's not news exactly. It's not news exactly.
Shit, sorry, I was jumping the gun.
Got a little bit of a point to make. Are we not sick of actors and directors when they win awards making political statements?
It's not the time or the place, but they seem to love doing it.
It's annoying, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like
at the BAFTAs last week.
Oh, who was
the
it?
The fella who directed something or other won the BAFTA. He started on about fucking, I don't know, illegal immigrants or no, it was refugees, wasn't it?
Right.
Refugees. But it's like, just accept your award and get off the fucking stage.
But it's the grandest stage of them all.
Well, it's not.
BAFTAs isn't.
That's WrestleMania.
That is WrestleMania. But the BAFTAs isn't really the time to be doing it.
Well, if you're British, it is. But also, fuck the Oscars.
It's like,
but they were all doing it at the Grammys, and they were all doing it at the Screen Actors Guild Awards, and they were all doing it at the fucking BAFTAs. It's like, just accept your award and fuck off.
The Grammys was rife for it. The Grammys was unbelievable.
I know that Trump had just gotten elected, and have you watched the Meryl Streep one?
No, because I think she's a bit windy at the best of times.
Windy. But she did raise a point of there was a thing of Trump taking the piss out of the journalist who's got like the arms.
Okay.
You know how there's the video of him going like that.
Wow.
Nobody can see me doing that.
Visuals.
But the video of him going like that is it was actually taking the piss of a journalist, an actual real journalist who's got wonky arms and stuff. Right. I'm going to stop talking now because I'm sounding like Trump. So that was that little bit of a...
No, I get what you're saying, but like it's like I don't mind when when Leo got up and Leo started talking about global warming after he did The Revenant, and he won for The Revenant, and then he uses his one Oscar win that he'll probably never get again because they've fleeced him that many times, and he gets up and he does like a global warming thing. I kind of didn't mind that because he didn't really go on too long. He just kind of said, look, this is a problem, we need to address it, stop burying your fucking head in the sand kind of thing. But when they get up and they start doing like slurs against Trump for a good 10 minutes but not actually saying his name because everybody's like, oh, Meryl Streep's so clever because she didn't actually say his name. Just say his fucking name. Just say it. We know who you're talking about. Just say it. What's wrong with you?
We saw the video of you going...
It's like you're big enough to get up on that stage, talk shit about the man for 10 minutes. Just say his name, please.
We're standing up for Donald Trump on this show now.
We're not standing up for him. I mean,
I have got a fridge magnet, so...
I'm not going to stand up for the man, not in the slightest. But you know what? If you're going to talk shit about him, just say it. Because you know damn well he'd talk shit about you and say it.
Well, he did. He did the day after. He said she was overrated.
Well, he's technically not wrong. I like Meryl Streep, but not as much as I used to. And she's still winning everything. So, but yeah, political statements.
It just annoys me. Just go take your fucking award, go and get drunk, shut up.
Yep.
And make your next movie.
Exactly. Aye, for your $20 million that you're guaranteed to get for every movie, but you're still worried about what some fucking orange prick's saying. Exactly. I know what you're saying. And that's our political rant. And this podcast is not the time or place for it.
It is not, so let's talk about something else.
So we are going to move on to our What Have You Been Watching section, which is the famous section that nobody actually listens to. Most people just skip past it.
No, they don't.
And before we do that, I am going to play a cheeky little promo from one of our podcasting buddies. Probably not after they listen to this show, though.
Chew bubblegum and kick ass.
And I'm all out of bubblegum!
Astro Radio Z is a horror, cult, exploitation film podcast hosted by me, Derek Carey. I was one of those monster kids growing up. The one that used to sit in the back end of that video store and scour over every single last film cover you saw back there. From the slashers, to the monsters, to the sleazy stuff. Yeah, I was freaking obsessed. And I still am. So much so, I became a filmmaker myself. Now I bring on all my filmmaker friends, critics, musicians, and any other fans of the dark arts, which are horror, exploitation, and cult film. Are you one of these people? Then tune in and listen to my show, Astro Radio Z.
So, Chris, what have you been watching?
So that was them.
That was them. That was they. Who are them?
Wow, deep. Deep.
It's like all gaudy and Bible-y and stuff.
Ooh, you don't want that. So, now, I watched a movie that you spoke about in the last episode.
Ooh, I like when you do that.
Yeah, it's been happening more and more.
It's not often, but yeah, it is getting more and more.
The movie was Bleed for This.
Yes!
It was fucking great.
It's good, isn't it? It's
very,
brilliant.
very, very, very good.
Miles Teller is fantastic in that film.
And so is Aaron Eckhart.
What did you think of Aaron Eckhart?
You reminded me of Steve Carell in the wrestling movie.
Oh, the Foxcatcher.
Yeah, that's that one I forgot.
Yeah, I'd give you that. But yeah,
A little bit less murdery.
a lot less murdery. Yeah.
But not a lot less, a little bit less.
A little more Mickey from Rocky and a little less Steve Carell from Foxcatcher.
Okay, go with that.
Yep.
I loved it. Absolutely great movie, great story. Yeah, I like a movie like that.
Yeah, you do, and I like it as well. That's why I gave it to you. I told you about it because I mean, the only reason I really put it on was because Miles Teller was in it, and you know I'm a big fan of Miles Teller. He's a poor man's John Cusack. I absolutely love him, and in that movie,
He is a bit John Cusack, isn't he?
he's very John Cusack-y.
He'll be fine. So Roland Emmerich will be chucking money at him in a couple of years' time.
Jizzing all over his face. Yeah, not literally, like figuratively, if that's the thing. Yeah, I loved the movie, and I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I did enjoy it very much.
Good. So my first movie that I'm going to talk about is, it turns out I'm a little bit of a Disney fan.
Well, shit.
Yeah, I have never really, I like watching a Disney movie. I've got kids, I watch them, but they tend to just be background noise. Or when I go to the cinema, I just tend to, think about other things when I'm watching it. Apart from Tangled, I love Tangled. It's a great.
I've never seen Tangled.
Great film. However, I recently watched, with the girls, Moana.
Oh, with The Rock.
And this is probably, yeah, I'm going to go with it. This is the best Disney movie I've ever watched.
Wow.
I absolutely loved Moana.
Damn.
It's such a good story. The songs in it are fantastic. The Rock singing, so, give me some more of that.
I shared a video on the Facebooks last week of him singing to Vicky Guerrero.
Yep.
And then friend of the show, Paul Byrne, came over that night and goes, "All right, biatch." So,
honestly,
The Rock can sing.
Honestly, man, this movie is great. You've got the voice talent isn't exactly as big as you might expect from some of these films, but The Rock himself completely pulls the film together. He's great, and as
That's the thing. Do you need other talent when you got The Rock there?
Exactly, he's The Rock, for Christ's sake. But yeah, really, really enjoyed this film. It's completely different to most of the stuff I see. It's not your generic princess story, much like Tangled kind of is, even though I do love that film. It's just a nice little story about an island that's trying to take back its sort of like its freedom sort of thing, and take out the baddies and win. And like I say, The Rock is fantastic, and he has a lot of like close to the knuckle sort of things, because you know Disney likes to slip that shit in there. Was it Cinderella's got a dose of like house abuse in it, domestic abuse in it. So this one, not so much that, but they slip a few things in there that as an adult you can be like, "Ha, that's great," and as a child you can go, "Ha, don't get it."
Yeah.
And my kid loved it as well. But this is officially, I'm putting out there, this is my favourite Disney movie ever made.
Fair enough.
Like animation wise. Still Pirates of the Caribbean when it's live action.
Well, technically Marvel and Star Wars movies are Disney movies now.
Meh. I'm not giving them that.
Okay.
So yeah, Moana.
Happy days. I'm not going to watch that one.
A movie that I also watched and is absolute garbage. And everybody said it was garbage. But you know what? You know me on this podcast. We like to watch it before we judge it.
Every now and then, not all the time.
Assassin's Creed
Oh,
is pants.
right.
I'm not gonna berate it too much. I'm just gonna say that Fassbender is much better than this. Way much better than this.
I've spoken about a movie on this podcast before, Macbeth,
Yes.
with him in it,
I didn't watch it all.
and that is damn good.
Yes.
That's by that.
I've heard a lot about it, and I've
I
heard
really
that
fancied Assassin's Creed. I am going to watch it. I'm not going to say I'm not going to watch it.
by all means, watch it. It's just a bit long-winded. It's a bit, and Fassbender's just better than this.
Is it a bit like, oh god, get on with it?
Yeah, there are some really, really great scenes. Not when he's jumping into hay bales, but there are some like fantastic scenes that you're sat there going, oh shit, that looked good. That like visually, like that looked good. And I don't mean like Inception or Doctor Strange visuals good. I mean just like some of the things he does. You're sitting there going, shit, that looked good. You know, like when you watched the Raid 2 in that kitchen scene, and you're sitting there going, fuck, that looked awesome.
Yeah.
It's sort of like moments like that. But the movie itself, I don't think it knew entirely what the script was meant to be. I don't think it knew where it was supposed to be going. I think they thought they were going to have a massive franchise on their hands, so they were going to build, and I can't see it going anywhere.
That's the trouble when they try to universe build too quickly.
It's not good. It's not correct. Fassbender's better than that. So
I am going to watch it.
I think you should. Just, yeah.
I wasn't going to go to the cinema to see it. I was always going to wait until it came to
Yeah.
Sky or whatever. Yeah.
The clue's in the title. Ass.
How long are you working on that one?
And Omar's in it from The Wire. You've never watched The Wire, have you?
No, it
You know,
doesn't help me
oh
at
shit, Omar coming. Omar's in it.
That does not help me at all.
I know it doesn't.
Isn't the woman who... The French woman who played
Yes.
Leo's wife in Inception.
Marion Cotillard.
That's the one.
Yes, she's in there as well. Yeah.
I think she's a little bit overrated.
I do think she's a little bit overrated, but I did like her in Inception,
And she's French.
and I did like her in Dark Knight Returns, Dark Knight Rises
Stupidest death ever.
as Talia.
Pish.
It wasn't the stupidest death.
It
ever.
was so...
No, it wasn't.
She was speaking and she goes...
No, the stupidest death ever is she lost the will to live. That's the stupidest death ever.
You are right.
Yes.
So I bow to you.
What else have you been watching?
Now, I also spoke about another film on the last episode. It was a film that I'd only seen once. And I spoke about it after I'd gone to see Split.
Yes.
And the film is Unbreakable.
Yes.
And I watched it
Well done.
for the first time pretty much since it came out.
Still awesome.
I fucking loved it.
Still awesome. Isn't it?
Absolutely loved it. And I can't believe it's taken me that long to watch it for a second time.
Oh, it's great, man. I love that film.
Loved it from start to finish. Fantastic movie. Sam Jack is fucking good.
I wouldn't say I watch it all the time, but I do make a point of dipping into it every now and then.
Yeah.
You know, because it is one. As far as comic book movies goes, personally, it is almost a perfect comic book movie. I mean, it is a perfect comic book movie, but it's almost as good as anything else out there. Like, if not better.
I really, really enjoyed it, and I'm excited for Unbreakable 2 now.
Yeah, I really hope that happens. I know he teased it, and I know he tweeted out. And let's be honest, people are saying after Split that he's on the comeback. So if he is on a comeback, surely he's just going to turn around and say, right, Unbreakable 2, it's happening.
Well, surely you wouldn't do that scene, that cafe scene that I spoke about,
Yeah.
where Bruce Willis is there and he goes, oh, he was called Mr. Glass.
Yeah.
Surely you wouldn't do that if you weren't actually going to make it.
And let's be honest, Samuel L. Jackson's sort of winding down in the Marvel Universe. Bruce Willis is only making direct-to-DVD stuff.
He was told that he wasn't allowed to be in Black Panther or something like that.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay.
Because he's black. So.
Shit. He'd be the only one on the poster. Not on the poster, even.
Anyway, moving on then.
So,
But
yeah.
yeah, I absolutely loved Unbreakable. I cannot believe it's taken me that long to watch it again. Great.
Yeah, I love Unbreakable. I watched a movie with Matthew McConaughey in it.
Right.
Have you seen the trailers for Gold?
No.
I don't know how he wasn't up for an Oscar for this. I mean, I know he's won it like, was it Dallas Buyers Club a couple of years back?
Yeah, I've never seen it. I don't
But
fancy it.
they kept saying he was on like his comeback trail and all that. This movie is probably one of my favourite Matthew McConaughey movies in a long time. Like, I like Dallas Buyers, but it's all about AIDS, and I just no.
That's why I don't fancy it. I can't
Bleh. It's just like bleh, AIDS. Bleh.
can't be doing with that.
Yeah, not for me. But
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
yeah, I've not got it. But so Gold is the story. It's a true story of he's from a mining family, but like not so much as in he gets into the mines and starts digging for gold. Like he's more the money guy. Everything turns to shit for him during some sort of recession. He ends up going over to the Philippines. Yeah, say the Philippines. He ends up going over there and he meets Edgar Ramirez, who's a great actor that I love. And they strike gold together and they become like the most wealthiest gold dealers in the world ever. And they're worth like $1 trillion billion. And this movie is great. You need to watch this movie because 3/4 of the way through, I just thought this was a great true story. But 3/4 of the way through, they fucking kick you in the balls. And it's such a, like, I just didn't see anything. I was just like, this is fantastic. Just Edgar Ramirez is great in it. Toby Kebbell, British actor that we like, played Koba in Planet of the Apes. Did the mocap for Koba.
Right.
We love Koba. He was in Rock and Roller. Don't hurt me, Archie. I'm only little. Yeah, he's in all those movies. Toby Kebbell is great in it. Bryce Dallas Howard
Okay.
actually putting in a fucking great performance. I was kind of just like, shit, it's Bryce Dallas. Wow, it's Bryce Dallas Howard. Like, I was fully impressed with her. She wasn't wearing high heels run away from a T-Rex.
You need to watch Black Mirror.
No.
No. The one with her in it.
Just that one.
You need to watch. Just watch the one with her in it.
It's not the one with Tony Blair fucking a pig, is it?
No. That wasn't Tony Blair. It was David Cameron.
Cameron fucking a pig.
No. Watch. It's on Netflix. It's the Netflix version of it. You're not going to do it, are you? Move on. You're not going to do
It's
it.
Thingy Brooker, though, isn't it?
Charlie
See,
Brooker.
that makes me want to watch it because I like Charlie Brooker, but it just
Don't
looks,
judge it on one episode. It's all different stories.
I know, but it just looks like a dose of like political pretentious bollocks.
Some of it is political pretentious bollocks. No spacker move. But if you challenge for the next episode.
Okay.
Watch one episode of Black Mirror.
Yep.
Forgot the name of it there. Halfway through.
Nice.
Watch one episode of Black Mirror and watch the one with Bryce Dallas Howard in it.
Is it a good
It's
one?
about social media and how it's a bastard.
But you love social media. You hashtag all over the place.
Fuck yourself.
Yeah, okay. Anything else?
Yeah. Now I've got a new film actually to talk about. Mentioned it earlier on.
Okay.
The Mel Gibson film.
Yeah.
And Andrew Garfield, Hacksaw Ridge. Fuck me sideways. What a movie.
Is it as good that it deserves the Oscars at top 4?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Does Mel deserve to be in the running?
Absolutely. And Andrew Garfield damn sure does.
Yep. He is though, isn't he? Andrew Garfield. He's up for it. Aye.
Neither of us picked him in our
No?
predictions. No, because
it's Andrew Garfield.
No, because of bloody Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, it did pretty much seem like. Although over the last couple of weeks, he's been getting a bit of a slaying.
Has he?
Aye.
Has he?
Saying that he's like emotionless in the movie, and he's like, which to be fair, he is in every movie. But they're saying that there's no likable feature of him in that La La Land film.
Do you think they listen?
People are starting to hate La La Land. I'm buzzing.
Do you think they listened to your review?
I would hope
that was
so.
essentially what you said.
I would hope so because it's not a good film. Just stop saying it's amazing. Stop saying it's innovative. They were making musicals back in the fucking 40s and 50s and 60s and 80s and 90s and last year they were making fucking musicals. There's nothing original about La La Land. Nothing. Stop it.
So anyway, Hacksaw Ridge.
Hacksaw Ridge.
Fantastic movie. So if you don't know what the story is, it's about a soldier in World War II, and he is a pacifist, so he refuses to pick up a weapon.
Cool.
But he wants to do service to his country, and he wants to serve his country in the war, so he still signs up. Mm-hmm. So because he refuses to pick up a weapon, he's obviously fucking slated, and he's he's abused and all that kind of thing by his peers and by his commanding officers and all that kind of thing. So it's his story. I'm not going to say it's his story. It's good.
Oh, that's what I was waiting for. Damn.
So it's his story. Andrew Garfield is fucking fantastic in this movie.
He's getting a lot of love.
He really, really is.
He is.
Mel Gibson returned to form. I did after I watched it. I put on the Facebooks. You know, he is back.
Riggs is back.
A fucking fantastic piece of directing. Some of the scenes in this movie, I mean, it follows, as with a lot of war movies, it follows like a particular squadron.
Yeah.
From training to actually going into battle, and there's so many action not exactly set pieces, not really, but it's forcing you to watch the fucking gory shit that these boys went through. In particular the fucking flamethrowers. My God. But when they first get to, I think it's France, or is it may be Belgium? No, it's France or Belgium.
It's France.
I'm losing it.
It's France till it's Belgium.
I'm a bot here away from saying it's his story. It's good, but they get to France/Belgium, and they're sort of walking towards their post or whatever, and they're wheeling all these dead bodies of soldiers past them as they're walking up the hill towards their camp. They're walking these dead bodies of soldiers, and the fucking camera focuses you right on these bodies, right on these soldiers' dead faces, and it follows the fucking dead soldiers, and then pans right back round to it. It's fucking unflinching. It doesn't flinch away from these dead bodies, and same as the gore I mentioned, the flamethrowers and what have you. Fantastic.
Good.
Fucking fantastic movie.
I'm gonna give it a go when it get round to it. I do want to watch it. I do. I'm just. It's getting a lot of hype right now, and
you don't like that, don't you?
I don't like watching films when they're being hyped. I don't know why. It's probably why I like DC movies. But yeah,
maybe that's part of it, because you're such an awkward prick that if somebody, particularly if Ben Affleck involved, said no, you're like yeah, and you are like that. Don't even try to deny it.
I can't be. But yeah, I'm looking forward to watching it. I am, and I'm glad to hear that Mel is back to form and is getting. Do you think he's going to win it though?
He's not going to win it, because that fucking Lala pretentious wank is going to win it.
Yeah, I kind of have that feeling.
Mel Gibson deserves to win it, but he's not going to.
And I kind of feel like that the Academy is that sort of thing that is like, mate, you still have a long fucking way to go before we're going to give you that.
Maybe.
Like, Clint Eastwood has to have not directed anything for 10 years before you get this.
Well, he didn't get any nods whatsoever
he didn't
in any category for Sully.
That's crazy.
Which I am still massively surprised about.
I thought Tom Hanks would have got a nod for that. He was great in that film. It's crazy.
That is weird. That is very weird. So that was the last of the movies that I watched. Have you seen any TV shows?
I've got one more movie that I would like to talk about. I got a couple more, but I'll drop a couple of them. But I went to see a movie today with the girls. I took my daughters to see Batman, the Lego Batman.
Ah, sweet.
Yeah. Not really.
No. Good.
It was good. It was a Lego movie. I'm not a big fan of the Lego movie, the one that came out a couple of years ago.
I thought it was all right.
It didn't fuss us. It was the references were cool. The sort of the pop culture side of it was pretty cool, but sort of like it just didn't float my boat. I thought, I do love Lego. I do love Batman. Lego Batman's a win for me. I thought Will Arnett was fantastic as the voice. He's totally got the voice down. Like, he's fully got that voice to a T. Michael Cera playing Robin is just great. Like, he's just Michael Cera, basically. Just acting the way he acts, just as Robin. And but there's a thing that happens like 3/4 of the way through the movie that completely pulled me just so far out of the movie. And it's a fucking Lego movie. It's a kid's Lego movie. It's an animation movie. But he has all the bad guys in the film. And it's not a massive spoiler, but has all the bad guys. It has like the Riddler, Two-Face, and they make a point of like naming them all. So you've got the Joker's like, but this is my best plan ever because I've got, and then he's like, Two-Face, Catwoman, and he's like naming them all, and he goes, Calendar Man, and then like, what's a Condiment King, and some guy turns around and goes, you made that last one up, and he's like, no, I didn't, and he kind of looks at the camera and goes, it's definitely worth a Google. So you have those little moments in that. But halfway through the movie, he goes to the Phantom Zone. The Joker goes to the Phantom Zone because he wants to bring the real villains to Gotham. Because Superman does an interview on TV where he says, I lock the real villains in the Phantom Zone. He's like, that's where General Zod is, and there's some real bad people up there. So Joker has the idea, I'll go to the Phantom Zone and I'll bring them down. The villains he brings from the Phantom Zone, I was expecting like Superman villains, or like Justice League villains, or something like that, because it's Batman. And he brings down Voldemort.
Oh.
He brings down Sauron.
Oh. How can you bring down Sauron?
It's like a massive tower with a huge eye.
Oh, you're fucking joking.
Yep. He brings that down. Gremlins. He brings some gremlins
They're
down.
not villains.
He brings Jaws. I'm assuming it was Jaws. It was a shark, so I'm assuming it's Jaws.
Did it do the voice from Family Guy?
No.
Then no.
He brought King Kong down, and I'm sitting there thinking, okay, in the Lego movie that worked, because it's a Lego movie where you can do anything you fucking want. But I'm like, this is a Lego Batman movie. Surely it's got to stay within the realm of DC, and you can't just throw any old shit at it. So, whereas most people would have just been sat there thinking, oh, this is great, this is Lego, and this is great, I was kind of sat there going, oh, come on. Like, you've just literally pulled me straight out of this. I was in up till then, It was pretty fucking good. And the fact that Batman's secret password, when he's driving into the Batcave, he has to say secret password, Iron Man sucks.
Yeah.
Which I loved. I was just sat there like, that's brilliant. He's kind of driving in and he goes, password please, and he goes, Iron Man sucks. Yeah, I loved those little bits, but when you got to the last third of the movie and they brought all these different villains down, it just sort of made me go, oh, fuck off. You've ran out of ideas. You're just pulling all these random things into your movie so that people like me who love 80s movies, who watched the Lord of the Rings movies, who loved the Harry Potter movies and stuff, that's all you're doing. You're just throwing all that shit in there to keep me entertained.
But surely that's for the Lego movie too.
Well, yes, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, that's
yeah,
a Lego,
I know what you mean. I'm with you.
It's a Lego movie thing. It's not a Lego Batman thing.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Small gripe, a gripe nonetheless. I did enjoy the movie. That just took us out of it for a bit. And Zach Galifianakis as the Joker, decent, not as amazing as everybody's saying. He's no Mark Hamill. He's never going to be Mark Hamill. But everybody's blowing his trumpet saying how good he is, and kind of nah. Yeah. And there is a good bit when he's about to do he's looking at the painting of his mum and dad, and he's about to do the flashback, like, because you have to have that in every Batman DC story. And Alfred comes over and he goes, oh, come on, sir, we had this in 2016, 2014, and he starts going through the years, and it's showing you little clips of like the last DC Batman movies going back the way, all Lego-fied, but it's those movies like BVS, and it goes all the way through like Batman Forever and
right.
Batman Returns, Batman, and then he goes, and you even had that one back in 1966, and it shows you an actual clip of Adam West be like, ooh! it's just like, oh, that's stuff like that I enjoyed. I just didn't like that bit.
Yeah, if you keep it all Batman, fair enough.
Even when they throw the Justice League in there, that's great.
Yeah.
That's a good little bit. They don't dwell on it for too long, but it's great because that's the DCU. But when you start throwing Jaws and Lord of the Rings and Gremlins at it, it's like, what are you doing? Just stop it. It's not like you were throwing random good guys into it.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh, come on. Yeah. Nah. So yeah, that was Lego Batman. Good movie. It just failed for me in the end. So yeah, Lego Batman.
Fair enough.
So do you want to talk about something else?
Have you seen Legion?
I watched 20 minutes of the first episode and it just lost me.
It's a weird episode.
It lost me almost instantly.
I think 20 minutes wasn't enough to give it.
No.
I think it was...
Is it about X-Men? It is X-Men, isn't it? It didn't come across as an X-Men thing.
They said on Hobby, which I didn't know, because I don't really know X-Men, because why would I? But apparently the guy is Professor X's son, so that's why he's all powerful and stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, it was all trippy and weird, and it's like, well, which sort of thing is he in the pool? Is he in the home, the mental home? Has he actually escaped? It's a weird fucking episode, but I think 20 minutes wasn't enough time to give it.
No, I'll probably go back to it. I think I was just doing something else at the time. I really wasn't giving it any attention, and every time I looked up, I was just like, and just I turned it off. 20 minutes.
The guy who's playing the lead, Dan Stevens, I want to say, is that right?
You tell me, I don't know.
I think it's right. Be fine. When have I ever been wrong about it?
It's right till it's wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Shut up, Dev. Dan Stevens, we'll go with that. He's solid. Yeah, good actor. I think he's strong enough to pull off, holding the shoulder when he's on. So
cool.
Yeah,
cool.
And TV wise, that's really the only new thing that I've been watching because I've been doing something else.
Yeah, and we'll get to that in a second. TV wise, I don't have a great deal to talk about. I watched 20 minutes of Legion. That's all I gave it. I'm sorry, but that's all I gave it. I watched the pilot episode of the Leathal Weapon TV show.
Oh dear. Because
Lindsay watched it on the plane and assured me it was good. Yeah, no. I won't be carrying on with that show. Gotham, we are up to the very last episode of the first half of this series. I am loving this show. Gotham's just gone from strength to strength in season 3. It's thrown all the crazy shit at the wall and it's all sticking and I'm loving it. Jerome's just come back and he's looking fucking great. Yeah. So Gotham, loving it. Yep. The Walking Dead came back last week.
On you go then. I've not seen it, but on you go.
We haven't had a chance to talk about it because last week was the Tom Patton interview for the Indie Talk. Came out last Friday. Go and listen to that if you haven't already. A lot of you have, so But last week that came back, The Walking Dead. It was a bit of a lackluster opening for me. It wasn't great. The first episode, pretty pants to be honest. It was just sort of like dipping into where everyone was and sort of like Andrew Lincoln and all that. Going to Jesus took Rick to meet King Ezekiel. They met King Ezekiel. King Ezekiel said he wasn't going to help them. He had a tiger, and it's their story, and it's good. But yeah, episode 2 was on Monday, and again, at the end of the first episode, you met this new group of what I assumed was all women, but it turns out that there's men in the group. So they have Rick tried to convince them to join them and take on the Saviours and kill Negan, and it's all going to be gravy. And they tested him by throwing him into a rancor pit. Now, Brigger put the thing up on the thing, and I hadn't actually seen the episode at this point, so I was kind of interested to see what was going to happen, because he was like, did Rick Grimes just fight a rancor on The Walking Dead? So I was interested to see what was going to happen. And then when I got to it, I was like, yeah, Rick Grimes is fighting a rancor.
So what was it like a giant walker or something?
Well, no, he was like a normal-sized walker, but he had like spikes coming out of his head and through his chest and all sorts, and he just looked fucking grim. He looked grim. And he took him out with a dozen trash bags.
Brilliant.
Yep. Brilliant. Walking Dead at its absolute finest. I'm close to tapping out on this show. Like, you tapped out last year, and you didn't watch any of the first half of the season, did you?
The first half of the season, I watched the first 2 episodes.
You watched the first 2, yeah.
The second episode, when they brought in King Ezekiel,
yeah.
that I was done.
I'm close. I'm very close with this show now.
I said we were talking about it on Friday night there, and I've got no inkling whatsoever to pick it back up again. Absolutely none.
The thing is, though, they keep doing these little bits and pieces that you're sitting there going, oh, if they just go down this road, it's going to be so good, like, it's going to be great. Like, Richard, who is King Ezekiel's sort of, like, main enforcer, he's kind of just, he doesn't care about King Ezekiel anymore. He's like, look, we need to kill the Saviours. The only way we can survive is to kill the Saviours. King Ezekiel's like, we're not doing it. So Daryl turns up at the kingdom, and Richard kind of takes Daryl on a little journey where they're making a plan that they're going to leave a gun cache in a house, and they're going to lead the Saviours there. And then they're going to do whatever they can to the house. And he's like, there's a woman living there, and she can more than handle herself. And Daryl kind of, he knows that Carol's around somewhere, but he's not sure where. And then when Richard says that, I'm sitting there thinking, oh, this is great. If they do this is going to be such great. Like, they're going to get the Saviours to go to Carol, and Carol's going to become Rambo Carol and take them all out, and it's going to be fucking awesome. And then Daryl's like, I'm not leading people to Carol. Carol's my friend. And it just, if they just would just do something.
Yeah.
Just do something.
I watched a video on the YouTubes about that very thing, that very point that you just made, where the point that they made on the YouTube video was, if you just watch the first episode and the last episode, you're pretty much getting the story, because the trap that The Walking Dead has fallen into, and this has been the case for a few series now, for the most part, I'm not saying it's across the board, but for the most part, if you watch the first episode of the last series and the last episode of the series, you're not missing anything in between.
Not really, no. No, you're not. Like the farm series started with them getting to the farm, ended with them leaving the farm. All that shit in between was just coloured bubbles. It just didn't need to happen. Like, come on.
But it doesn't really advance the story.
No,
it's just become, for me, it's become fucking
formulaic.
Boring.
It's just very formulaic. It's all it is. They're just following a pattern every year.
Cracked, I think it was. I think it was cracked.
Cracked, yeah. Well, cracked is cracked. But yeah, I'm very close to dropping this now. It's going to take a good couple of episodes to actually just pull me back, and I'm not really fussed about the survivors anymore.
Here's the thing though, if that is the case, that the first episode and the last episode, you're only 2 episodes in, so you've got a long fucking haul if you're going to stick with it.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. One thing I did read the other day though, and it came from Kirkman, I'm sure, it was an interview with Kirkman, saying that, Clementine from the games, the Telltale games, it's rumour at the moment, but I'm sure it was Kirkman that kind of float, but then again, Kirkman just likes to fucking wind people up. He just likes to say, right, we're going to do this, and then he doesn't do it, or we're not going to do that, and then he does do it. He just loves fucking throwing out false information all over the place. But supposedly, Clementine may be coming into the show. And
that'd be pretty cool. I'm not going to watch it, but that'd be pretty cool to do that.
I would love that. Definitely, I would love that.
So do you think it would be the same girl that they did the I'm assuming it was motion capture.
You'd hope so.
Or was it motion capture, or was it just like a drawings and stuff?
I think it would have been a bit of both. Probably mostly drawings, but a little bit of both. But yeah, so anything else?
Speaking of games, which I just did, kind of.
Well done.
Yeah.
Segs.
Intentional. Don't say segs.
Hashtag segs all dags.
Fuck off.
Come on.
Yeah, so the reason I've not been watching a great deal of TV, or movies really, is I've been on a full-on mission with Uncharted.
Yep, you bought this a while ago.
Yes, I did. The first Uncharted took me a little while to get through. Great game. The second one, fucking even better game. But Uncharted 3, oh my Christ.
Uncharted 3 is the one where it starts in a pub brawl, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that game.
You played it the whole way through?
I did, yes.
Yeah.
Aye.
The bit on the ship?
No?
Well,
yeah,
they're on the big sort of cruise liner type thing.
Right.
And they're in a storm, and the cruise liner in the middle of the ocean kind of flips on its side.
Cool.
And so Nathan Drake is like running through it and
vaguely
trying to get out of the ship before it escapes. And then you're in a gunfight with not the big bad, but one of these kind of captains or whatever.
Like Agent Smith's
and the dirty bastard shoots it's in like the sort of ballroom, and it's got a big like glass ceiling.
Yes.
And so you're sort of hanging off of the chandeliers, which are on the side, and you can see the waves like crack like halfway up. You can see the waves crashing against the glass, and then the gunfight starts. And the dirty bastard shoots out the glass, so So the water fucking starts pouring in, and you're like running. Fuck me, that game is amazing. Absolutely fucking amazing.
I remember enjoying playing it. It's been a while since I did, but I remembered it.
Great games. Great games. I've not bought Uncharted 4 yet because I've bought The Last of Us instead.
You'll spend about 10 years on that.
I am going to play Uncharted 4 after that.
I gave up on that.
I kind of needed a break from it though, because I was having the Uncharted dreams, so,
Okay.
You ever played a game that much that you had dreams about it?
No.
Just me then?
Yep.
Brilliant.
Leisure Suite Larry. Did you ever play Leisure Suite Larry? I used to have dreams about that. It was sort of like a cartoony porno game.
Wow.
I had loads of dreams about that.
She just want like porno dreams you were having.
Probably.
Yeah. Probably. Well, we've all been there. But yeah, I was having dreams about Nathan Drake instead. So
I know. We all have. In my dreams, he's Mark Wahlberg.
Or Nathan Fillion.
Nah, never Nathan Fillion.
From Nathan Fillion?
Not for me.
No?
No.
No. Shame. So yeah, that was Uncharted 3. Fucking great. Absolutely
I've not
great.
turned my PlayStation on in a long time, you know that. I need to get back on it.
Well, it'll not play itself.
I do need to get... Because I bought, a couple of weeks back, I bought on the PlayStation Store the box set of Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls, the Ellen Page one.
Never played that one, but Heavy Rain is great.
I loved Heavy Rain, but I bought it because it was a good fucking price just to play Two Souls. I was like, a fucking cracking price just to play that one. But you know me, I can't just go straight into Two Souls. I have to play Heavy Rain again first.
Why?
Because that was the first game.
Fair enough.
I know
okay,
that.
I've you know what I'm like in my head. I can sympathise.
They're not tie-ins or anything like that, but in my head, it's like I have to play.
That would be like playing Uncharted 2 before you've played Uncharted.
That's a bit more severe because those two actually connect. Really, I'm just being pissy, but that's just me. So yeah, let's talk about One Big Lie.
One Big Lie is a back to basics production for us. The past few years have seen us go fairly epic. We've had the first 2 installments of our war musical triptych. We've had Salmonella Forever and 72 Hours in Moscow this year. And previous years have also seen us do The Smallest Story Ever Told, where we explore slightly more elegiac territory. So this is very much more grounded in reality. It's got the narrative backbone of a legal thriller, but at its core it's this cold, dark, black comedy.
Hello, my name is Mark Fevers, and I'm just walking in my town of Berwick-upon-Tweed. I play the part of Marshal Alan Lee, but then again, who could? I've just got into my very expensive car for an actor. The Tideline runners soon found my brilliance and realized my talent during Words in the Wire, my first show with them. From there, they've cast me in mostly every show, apart from the ones that I declined.
Hi, I'm Racheal Cox and I play Karen McGinley in One Big Lie. I've been in a couple of Tideline runner shows before. I was in Human Interest Stories and really loved working with Bob and being in a show. And then I was also in Salmon Isla, which was amazing last year.
Hi, my name's David Simpson and I play Peter Dolan in One Big Lie. He's a bumbling office worker who really has no idea what's going on. My first appearance with the Tideline Runners was in Love or Money in 2013. I have since gone on to appear in every show since, whether it be as a lead in 2016's 72 Hours in Moscow or as a cameo role in 2015's The Smallest Story Ever Told. My favourite character in the show would have to be Peter Dolan, the part I play. He's just such a lovable character, but otherwise I think it would have to be Marshal Alan Lee, played by Mark Fevers, who has some of the most creative swearing I have ever heard.
We donned tuxedos.
We did.
And top hats. Mm-hmm. And had canes.
Mm-hmm. And caviar and shit things.
Ate caviar and drank wine and cheese boards.
Oh, that was Lamborghini.
We went to see a play, basically, is what we're trying to say. We went to actually watch something that was live acted, and it was great. It was called One Big Lie, a local production by some local productioners called the Tideline Runners. Nice. That was not a word. That is not a word.
Some local production-y people.
I just made up a word on the spot, and I feel good about it.
That's fine.
Burton's Bob. You love that, don't you?
I do. That was the only bit of our video that got a laugh.
Oh, it's sad because it's true.
Yep. So yeah, we'll talk about that first then. So we bought some. We didn't actually buy the advertising space, but they were trying to raise money and
we sponsored them,
made a donation, like our sponsorship.
Yeah.
And so with that, you got some advertising space in the program, and Burton's Bob, who is the director and writer and producer of the play, invited us. No one else, by the way.
No
one else.
He
invited us to do a 90-second, didn't work out,
nope,
promo video for 365 Flicks. So that was cool, all grand.
Yep.
Until we came to actually shoot it, which was fucking horrendous.
It was horrendous.
Yeah. So the first cut of the 90-second video was 16 minutes long.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh shit.
And then we were editing it until about 1:30 in the morning, roughly.
Yep. On an iPad.
Yeah, on an iPad. Oh dear.
And then when I went home, it somehow had emailed to me. I couldn't understand how it had emailed to me, but it got through. So I put it through Adobe After Effects and really did nothing with it.
It did. It was good. It was all right.
I put some opening titles, some end titles, and some pictures through it, but it was still cringeworthy at best.
It was. It's on YouTube and it's on our Facebook page if you are so inclined.
I wouldn't, but you know.
It wasn't, to be fair, wasn't as bad as I was expecting.
No, but
on the big screen. And, you know, again, to be fair, to the iPad, I thought the quality was all right.
Yeah, the quality was quite good. Apple's done us quite a good turn this last couple of weeks, because the interview we just did, the iPhone saved our bacon.
Yeah, because Windows 10 is an arsehole.
Yeah, so we don't like Windows 10 anymore, but we're okay with Apple.
But we never did, really. But anyway, so you can watch the video on the YouTubes and the Facebook pages and stuff if you want to. I don't think it was as bad, except for the bit where I do a Fonzie.
You do a Fonzie. It is a great Fonzie.
Yeah. Anyway, so we did that, and as we said, the only laugh I heard was the end credits, which were actually pretty cool. They were Star Warsy and that. Yeah. And you said that you'd put in thanks to Burns Bob. Yeah. Which was fun. Which is I was going to say it's a long run joke. It's not a long run joke. We have how would you describe Burton's? A lower class men's store. Oh, it's all right. Middle class men's store. Yeah. Go that one. And Burton's Bob has worked there for absolute years. I've known him sort of on and off for years as well. Really, really good guy, and he came forward and let us have a shot at making a video, and I'm pretty sure he regretted that when he watched it. He did try and tell us it was okay, though. I showed my business partner, who was also in the play, I showed him the video, and he goes, "You were both very natural." I think he was bullshitting me. I think he was for, and I don't think we were natural at all. It's what you call blowing smoke up someone's arse. I think it is. I think he wanted the day off. Yep. No. So yeah, that played before it, but as it turns out, Burton's Bob is a damn fine writer and director. He's a bloody good writer and director. I mean, there was a lot of words in this play, as you would expect from a play. Dialogue is shit, which I personally, and I know you do as well, we love a bit of dialogue. We love a good shouty, ragey movie that has lots and lots of words. Glenn Ross being one of our favourites. Well, we were speaking to him in the bar afterwards, and you know he loves his Glenn Ross. He loves his Aaron Sorkin, and you can tell that. Oh, absolutely, you can tell that. And it was nice and sweary, which was nice because that kept us entertained. Because you know, if you're not dropping an F-bomb every now and then, you're going to lose us. Or a C-bomb. Or a C-bomb. Yeah, we got a C-bomb. We actually were both a little bit shocked. I do remember we looked at each other and went, "Ooh!" Considering the amount of times we say it in our podcast, we did both sit there and go, "Oh my god, he said the C-bomb." But yeah, so it was written, directed, all that good stuff by Burton's Bob. A lot of local talent in it. The Damp Night lads, there was Dimples and Mark, who've both been on the show twice now. We've had them on, and we went to see their stand-up, their improv comedy. They were in there. They were brilliant. They were. Dimples playing Dimples, essentially. Yeah. Mark was... Like I say... No, well, I didn't actually... I'm sorry, Mark, I didn't finish that sentence. like I say, I wouldn't say he overacted, but he definitely didn't underact. I love... Mark was great in this. He was absolutely fantastic. It was a really good turn that he put in. Your business partner was in there. Gary was in there. Playing a Polish. Playing a Polish, yeah. Quite a good Polish. Mm-hmm. Like, I would have thought he was Polish. I'll tell him that. Which is always a good thing. Yeah. You want people to think that you are. I suppose that's what you want. And I think it was like Gary, Polish, Gary.
No, I think it was like Polish Gary.
Polish Gary.
Yeah.
Right.
And Ian Lawson, who came on Indie Talk
Mm-hmm.
a few months, about a month ago, 2 months ago.
December, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Middle of
back in December. He came on to talk about his career in fantasy comic books, not comic books, like magazines, like Star Trek magazines, Babylon 5 and all that kind of thing. He came on. He was in there. He played a nice little Albie the lawyer he was. And quite a bit dry witty.
Yeah.
I liked his sort of sarcasm.
But there was a lot of that. There was a hell of a lot of that.
There was a lot of it, but I thought he played it down.
The guy who played the solicitor on the other side of it, Michael. I'm not sure if I'm going to pronounce his name correctly. If not, I apologise. Michael Ritu.
I'll give you that. I'll let you have that one.
It's probably not Ritu. He was great as well.
He was great. And my favourite, apart from the lead actress, she was fantastic. He played like the shyster lawyer who got the woman involved in buying the Hilton thing.
Yeah. So the young lad who played as you say, the shyster lawyer on the other side, it was Fraser.
Yep.
Smiles.
Fraser Smiles. Smiles for Miles.
It's Harry Cruikshank. That's a good name.
That is a pretty cool name. Harry. I like that.
Well, I did say to Mark when we're having a drink afterwards that he kind of looked like an adult Rupert Grint. So
who did Mark?
You know, the ginger thing. Well, an adult bald Rupert Grint. I had side about that. Anyway.
Yeah, you can tell. Carry on.
But where the fuck were we?
Adult Rupert Grint. That's fucking ridiculous.
It's funny because it's true.
No, it's not.
It is.
Okay, carry on.
So the story it takes place in a haulage firm, and they're struggling financially. We're going to blame Brexit. So they're struggling financially, and so they get involved with a financial backer who is played by Trudy Morrison, I believe, who was also great, also fantastic in it. And so they, at their lowest point, decide to, and under the guidance of Michael.
Yep, Conrad.
Conrad, that's right. Under his sort of guidance, they decide to swindle this woman out of money under the premise that she's going to buy stock in Barclay Hotels or something.
It was the Ritz Carlton.
Yeah, was it the owner?
It was the Barclay brothers. Yeah,
that's the one. I apologise. Yeah. So under that premise, under that lie, one big lie.
Cool.
I know.
See what you did there.
I know. Well, that's kind of the point of the play.
Yeah.
So they swindle her out of, was it £1 million or something like that? And then, well, the story is basically flashing back and forward about how it all came about the story of the haulage firm, the story of the characters involved with the haulage firm, and absolutely solid as fuck story.
Yeah, you don't want to give too much away.
Well, no. Well, it's too late now because the play's finished.
But yeah, it was solid as fuck. Really well written. Really enjoyed this. Everybody in it was fantastic. Rachel, who played the main character, was just brilliant. And it was literally, I think it was when Bob told us during the intermission that, she is in every scene.
Yeah.
And I was sat there saying, holy shit, she hasn't actually left the stage yet. Like, that whole first part. And she's brilliant, really good. Everybody was, though, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah. I
kind of wasn't sure what to expect.
Well, that's the thing, because we don't really do that. I said that's only the second play that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And, oh no, third, because I actually went to see Gary in something.
Yeah.
Back in the day when we used to work together, everybody from the office went to see him. It was called Arsenic and Old Lace. I think it was all murdery and stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, I know.
Sounds it.
But we're not used to going to see things like that live and in person. So we were kind of. And it was also the first play of Bob's, because he's written quite a few now. And
normally he just sells me shirts.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And you say thank you, Burton's Bob.
I had to put that in the credits. There was no way I wasn't doing it.
Well, if you hadn't put that in, it would have been Tumbleweed for the next fucking hour and a half.
It would have been because we weren't getting a laugh or anything else.
Even my rape joke didn't get a laugh.
No, there was one guy who kind of turned around and looked at you. You know how they said that 2 people walked out? I think it was like before the play had started.
Because I made a rape joke.
It was during our video. 2 people were like, "No, I'm not listening to rape jokes.
I couldn't possibly.
I don't do rape jokes. I'm gone." But yeah, everybody in
Come on, Leonard, we're off.
Everybody in this play was fantastic. We're probably missing people out when we're mentioning people. If we are, I'm very sorry, but you were all fantastic. So yeah, that was One Big Lie.
Yes, and I will go and see Bob's next play.
Definitely. That was our first foray into a 3D action play movie thing.
3D action play movie thing.
I like calling it 3D, like movies. It just makes me feel like I'm at the cinema, but I'm not.
That'll be... I'm assuming... They have got posters.
Yeah.
So that'll be the sort of little tagline on the next one.
Yeah.
It was like a 3D movie. Kevin Halden 365.
No, you won't let me have 365 flicks on there. You believe? No, don't say that. Don't say that. So yeah.
Anyway,
would you like to move on to our top 5?
Yes. So well,
I'll quickly play a little bumper first.
I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
And I'm Blake from the History of Bad Ideas. And we'll get back to your regularly scheduled program here in just a second, geek listeners. But we do a weekly podcast called The History of Bad Ideas.
Yeah, where we'll discuss things like television or movies or music or games or any other thing that falls into our geek-related podcast knowledge.
You can find us on Geek Life Radio, Fridays, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central. Or Radio-Blitz, Saturday, 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central. Or you can listen to us whenever the hell you want on iTunes and Stitcher. Check us out. Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
So yes, top 5. As we said, the entire cast of One Big Lie was fucking great. We enjoyed it very, very much. So thank you guys. But in honour of one person who, as we said, was on the stage for the entire fucking play, Racheal Cox, we decided to do a top 5 of top 5 British current... No, fuck. Top 5 current... No, that's not right either.
Top 5 British actresses?
Yeah, that's fine.
Can we simplify it, please?
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
It's normally me that tries to put more words in my mouth than I have to.
I know.
Yeah.
You can cut that out, right?
So how did you get on with this?
You're not going to do it, are you?
No.
Oh, fuck.
How did you get on with this?
I struggled. I'd 10 earlier on.
I struggled because I couldn't think of 5.
I can't believe you couldn't think of 5 British actresses.
No, don't get me wrong. I had at one point I did think to myself, oh yeah. But I like Helen Mirren. But how many Helen Mirren movies have I watched and been like, oh, that was amazing?
I've not got Helen Mirren on my list.
Maybe 2 or 3. I like Judi Dench, but how many times, there's only so many times I can watch The Chronicles of Riddick.
Not got Judi Dench either.
But that's what I mean, there's these people who would definitely go on your top 5 or in your top 10, and they would definitely go there, but it was when I thought about it, how many movies have I actually seen that I love them in? Mm-hmm. So I struggled to get 5 because I just did.
You were overthinking it a little bit.
I was a little bit.
Yeah.
I was. Lindsay at one point was throwing out suggestions, but no.
And then she went, oh, fuck you.
She just started with, well, it's your top 5, so you do it. But yeah, I struggled a little bit. I think I've got my list now. I think I'm happy with it. I'm not sure. So, I will let you go first because I'm finalising my number 5.
Okay.
In my head.
Okay. So, yeah. Well, my number 5 then, we spoke about her in the pub.
Okay.
On Friday night.
Right.
After the show.
Mm-hmm.
And my number 5 is Sheridan Smith.
Ah, really?
I think she's fucking fantastic.
Oh, she is fantastic, but really?
I think as British actresses go...
Yeah.
That was patronising.
Yeah. A little bit.
As British actresses go, bless them. They do try. No, as a British actress, if she is making a movie, not a movie, if she's making a new TV show or whatever, I will fucking watch it.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I watched that Moa side.
Yeah,
with Lindsay the other day.
And Egret.
Yeah, she was in there.
Yeah,
and it wasn't very good.
It was okay. I've seen Sheridan Smith in better.
Yeah,
the one about the Great Train Robbery. She was fucking
was
brilliant.
That was good.
She was really good.
Mrs. Briggs or Mrs. Biggs?
Biggs.
Aye.
And so Sheridan Smith, she is talented as hell. And yeah, I think for a top 5 list of British, I'm going to fuck it up again. What is the matter with me? I fucking came up with the fucking thing.
I know you did.
Yeah.
I know you did.
As a top 5 of British actresses, I think Sheridan Smith has to be on there.
Yep, I'll let you have that one. My number 5 is an actress that has been in quite a lot, But there's only ever really been one movie that has she's just blown me away. And I absolutely loved her in it. And she made me cry in like a couple of moments. As you know, I like to cry. The movie was called In America. And it starred Paddy Considine. And he was married to this woman. And they had a child that had died before the movie had started, and then they moved to America, and they're trying to make a life for themselves, and they're kind of on the poverty line sort of thing. It's a fucking immense movie. Paddy Considine is unbelievable in it, but Samantha Morton plays his wife, and she is incredible in that film. She was also in Minority Report as the precog.
Oh, okay.
Yep. She's been in like an arse ton of movies that you've been like... You'll sit there and you go, oh, look, it's her. But in America, she's so fucking good. And she had to go on my list.
Yeah, good choice.
I love that movie, and she's just incredible. And, you know, if we ever do a top 5 male, Paddy Considine will be in for the same movie.
You just want to speak about Paddy Considine.
Pretty much, because you know I love him.
I know you do. Bit of a man crush?
A definite man crush.
I'm going to scratch his eyes out.
God, you're funny. Right.
So my number 4 is this is a woman who's been on a lot of things. The actress is Helen McCrory. Do you know who I mean? She is in Peaky Blinders. The patriarch of the Peaky Blinders.
Right.
She was in Doctor Who. I know that probably won't help you. Hold on a wee minute. I will Google her and let you see a photo. She is a fucking great actress.
Yeah.
She's brilliant in Peaky Blinders. And I think, again, same with Sheridan Smith, I think if you see her, if I saw her appearing in a new show or a movie, I would be inclined to watch it because she was in it.
Excellent. And that's what you want in a leading female actress.
Exactly.
British.
She's fucking good in Peaky Blinders.
I need to actually sit down and watch that.
Definitely
I need to just get into it and just go for it.
And Paddy Considine's in the latest series.
I'm definitely going to watch it then. I'll just skip to that one.
You can't be doing that. So I get number 4.
My number 4, I have Holbeed.
Oh dear.
This one, I know I'm struggling to get 5, but I've Holbeed one of them because I'm fucking idiot. I have Holbeed this one because they are both in the same TV show and they have both played the same character, one in a movie and one in a TV show.
Okay.
I have Holbeed Lena Headey and Amelia Clark together.
Lena Headey was in my honourable mentions.
I do love a bit of Lena Headey.
I didn't put Amelia Clark in.
I wasn't going to, but she played Sarah Connor.
Yeah.
She's in Game of Thrones. Lena Headey played Sarah Connor. She's in Game of Thrones. So I just thought, fuck it, I'll put them in together. Mostly that one is all about Lena Headey because I love her in the Purge movie, the first Purge movie. She is fucking great in that. I love her in the Dread movie, which I've already mentioned a couple of times tonight. The 300 movies, she is fantastic. Lena Headey's a great actress. I don't know why she's not on the biggest stage making massive movies.
I think
hopefully she'll get there.
Give her 2 years.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones will end and she'll explode.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's the whole Game of Thrones thing. You know, while she's on a show like that, she is Cersei Lannister. So maybe when that finishes, she'll take off full proper. But everything she's done up till now, I just think she's great. Even the Sarah Connor Chronicles, she was great as Sarah Connor.
Amelia Clark, did you see the cast photo of the Han Solo?
Yeah, movie? She's in there.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's in it. I didn't really know who she is. I don't know who she is in the movie, but I know she's in there.
Yeah.
But as far as Amelia Clark goes, it's all Game of Thrones. I do think she's great as Daenerys. I do think they fucking shit the bed with Daenerys. They're taking far too fucking long.
Yeah, I know.
But you know, she is good as it.
I think I think 2 more series is enough.
Yeah.
And they're essentially mini-series as well.
Aye.
It's enough because, you know, they've said it on Hobby when they've been speaking about it a few times now. You know, that they're way ahead of the book now.
Yeah.
Fucking George R.R. Martin is never going to release that next book. It's never going to happen.
Is he hell?
So, you know.
Is he not writing something else now? I'm sure.
Yeah, he's been doing other fucking projects.
Did he not say, I'm writing like another massive big fantasy thing that's probably going to turn into an AMC series or an HBO series? So you can fuck off with your Game of Thrones books.
So my number 3. We've spoken about this actress a lot on the show. She is in Bond and she's been in loads of bloody things. It's Naomi Harris.
Yeah? Wow. I
think, yeah, same again. I think she's fucking great.
I honestly didn't see that one coming, Naomi Harris. That's a good shout. It is a good shout. She is a good actress. I just didn't see it. No. Excellent.
You very much have been overthinking this list.
Not really. When you get to my next two.
All right.
3.
Well, I think my top 2 is going to be no surprise to you whatsoever. I've really lost the ability to speak.
Yeah, you have. This always happens to you towards the end.
Well, you know what? I'm drinking Amstel, and it's 4.1%.
We're not sponsored by Amstel, so I'll edit that bit out.
Fuck them. Yeah, yeah. Naomi Harris. I think she's talented as hell. Yeah. What more can you say?
And she's up for an Oscar nom this year.
Yeah, she is. Don't say nom, but she is. Yeah.
Don't say nom. Yeah. So hopefully she'll win it, and then your list will be complete.
What's your number 3?
My number 3. I think that my number 1 and my number 2, you're not going to be surprised by whatsoever. But my number 3, you might be, because I talk shit about her sometimes, quite a bit actually. But when I was kind of looking at the list and I started looking through her movies, there are a lot of movies she's made that actually I do kind of I've loved. One in particular, but she's only like a minor character in it. My number 3 is Helena Bonham Carter.
Wow.
Yeah.
You fucker.
I do talk shit about her. I know I do. But I do love Sweeney Todd. Mm-hmm. We've kind of spoke about Sweeney Todd. I thought it was a great movie. I do love Fight Club. She's great in Fight Club.
She is, yeah.
As bad as the Planet of the Apes remake is, she's not actually that bad in it. I think her and Tim Roth kind of pulled that movie together. So, Helena Bonham Carter, yeah.
Fair enough.
And
she's a British institution.
The King's Speech, she was great in that. I didn't necessarily love that. Yeah, she played his wife.
Oh,
I didn't necessarily. Necessarily love the King's Speech, but I did like her in it. She is good in it.
I actually watched that after I watched The Crown. It came up, on Netflix how it says because you watched.
Yeah,
I'd never seen it before, and it's actually really good. That's all right.
And let's be honest, she's the only British actress out there who can't do a British accent. So yeah.
Well, she kept up with Johnny Depp in the Sweeney Todd anyway.
That's not hard. Keeping up with Johnny Depp's British accent is
You're doing it as well now.
It's not hard. So
yeah,
I thought you might be a little bit surprised by that one.
That was a bit surprising.
But she has done some roles, not Harry Potter, but she has done some roles that have really kind of just stuck out for me. So Helena Bonham Carter.
She played a good mental woman in Harry Potter.
I thought you were just going to say in life.
Not in Harry Potter.
She plays a good mental woman in everything.
She did a good Bellatrix, I thought. Yeah. Shut up.
So yeah.
Number 2.
Yep.
No surprises here.
Don't steal my number 2.
My number 2
Don't steal my number 2.
A cracking young actress.
Damn.
She's in Game of Thrones.
Oh, excellent.
She's done other stuff as well. In particular, the one thing I want to talk about is a show that she did on Channel 4 a couple of years ago. It's Maisie Williams.
Yeah, I had a feeling you'd have her in there.
My number 1 isn't going to be a surprise either. It really isn't.
I honestly, I thought you'd have Maisie there.
Maisie Williams is a fucking phenomenal young actress.
She's a good little actress, yeah.
Same as Lena Headey. As soon as Game of Thrones ends, she's fucking up there. She's winning some shit. She is incredible.
No doubt. When that show does end, she's on her way.
Yeah,
like big time. It's just she has to be.
Yeah. the show Cyberbully.
Yes, I remember you telling me about it. I never watched it.
No.
It
was a 90-minute
yeah.
feature length show on Channel 4, and it's fucking great. It's seriously, it's her. It's the entire thing is her, and the sort of computer generated voice. There's a couple of other phone calls and stuff, but the entire show is her in her bedroom, and the guy, sort of fella has hacked her, and she is a fucking fantastic young actress, and she's going to do big things.
I think she will as well. I'm on board with that one. Didn't really get near my list, but I think it's just the age she's at. I don't know. I think she's got a lot of years in her to be awesome, and she will be awesome. I need a couple of years with her, and we'll get there.
Yeah, we will.
But I fully agree with you. She's well on her way. She just needs that show to end.
Yeah,
much like a lot of people in that show.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people in that show that once it ends, like the likes of Kit Harington,
so he can get a fucking haircut.
He can't really get away from that Jon Snow thing. Yeah. So when the show ends, hopefully, don't go back to Spooks, but do something.
That's not going to happen, is it?
Just do something. So yeah.
So your number 2.
My number 2 is I'm flip flopping on my number 2 and my number 1 because I could have either of these. But yeah, my number 2 is very simple. It's Vicky McClure.
Lol.
Yeah. You know, I
knew that LOL was going to be in your list.
You know, I love LOL. Yeah. You know, I love the This Is England TV show. I love the movie. She doesn't really have a big part in the original movie, but she's huge in the TV show. She owns that TV show. Her and Joe Gilgun together are just, chemistry is unbelievable. Yeah. She is fantastic, and I just love her. I just think she's great.
Yep, agreed.
And Line of Duty is another TV show that I've only seen the first 2 series of. Season 3's on Netflix now. Season 4 is coming soon. She's great in that as well. She's fantastic. She's another one, like you're saying with Maisie Williams, she's another one that just give her a couple of years and she's going to be so fucking big. Like, people are just going to catch on to this lass and it's just going to blow up for her. Mm-hmm. And I can't wait to see it because she deserves everything. She's just...
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree completely.
As far as British actresses go, she's everything for me. Yeah. She's just great. And it doesn't hurt that she's just really easy to look at. Like, really nice on the eyes.
Fair enough.
So yeah, Vicky McClure.
Yep. I knew she was going to be on your list.
I was tempted to hobby it with Chanel Cresswell, who
played her sister.
Plays her sister in This Is England. But let's be honest, she only really came to the forefront in Series 3.
Yeah. So
Vicky McClure just kind of pips her like big time. Well, not even kind of. She just streets ahead, but I did almost have them together. But
I mean, we spoke about the scene, I think it was the final episode actually, when the two of them are sitting like in the bar together. Yeah. And Lol goes to her, "I've got you, kid." And you go,
but yeah, Vicky McClure, LOL. I wish they would make another 10 series of this. I just want to see.
Make more?
I think they'll make one more. It's been hinted at that if you go to Shane Meadows' website, his IMDb or his Wikipedia, it's on there. I think it's This Is England 92. I don't know if he'll do it. Like, I think he wants to, and I think he knows people want to see it. But what do you do? Where do you go now?
Yeah. See, similar to Sherlock.
Yeah.
I think that the end of Series 3 kind of wrapped it up.
It was a great ending. It's sort of the very start of that show, This Is England 84, when they had the failed marriage attempt, and then it ended with a marriage. You know, it went full circle and ended where it should have ended.
But it wrapped up a lot of the character stories as well.
And
so.
Just for me, Vicky McClure.
I mean, I would still watch it if it came back on.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. I would love to see it, and I keep twittering Michael Sosha all the time on Twitter. I keep saying to him, I need a Harvey and what's his name again? Gadget. I need a Harvey and Gadget spin-off show. Even one mini-series, like one four-episode series of Harvey and Gadget, what they're doing now. I don't need the rest of them, just give me them two. Like, it would just be the Likely Lads.
Yeah, those two were good.
They were great.
Yeah.
Especially in season 2 and 3, they were fantastic. But we might get that one day, I don't know.
You never know.
So my number 2, Vicky McClure. And I think there's a good chance we're going to have the same number 1.
Yeah?
I think there is.
So, yeah. The number 1 is Olivia Colman.
Oh! No, I didn't. No? I didn't go there. Nice. Nice, though. I nearly did, but for the same reason, like you knew I was going to have Vicky McClure, I knew this was going to be on your list.
There was no way Olivia Colman wasn't going to be my number 1.
No.
She is a fucking amazing actress.
She's unbelievable.
I've been rewatching 2012 and W1A. She wasn't on W1A as she was only on one episode of W1A. But 2012, she plays Thingy's secretary.
Mm-hmm.
I'm completely forgotten his name right now. She plays his secretary who's also fucking besotted with him.
Yeah.
But she's terrified in case it comes out.
Mm-hmm.
And the performance is so fucking understated and like Rain that she is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely amazing.
Do you think she's going to get the female Doctor?
I would be okay with that.
Yeah.
I'd be okay with that.
The thing about Olivia Colman's, I do love her. I think she's a great actress, and I completely agree with you on that one. Is even in is it Locke with Tom Hardy when she's the voice of the wife. She's the wife or
the mistress.
She's the mistress. Yeah. You can, as soon as you hear her talking, you know it's her.
Mm-hmm.
The same way when Moriarty starts talking, because he's the one that works with him, isn't he? As soon as he starts talking, he's one that you know it's him straight away. Olivia Colman, she's so fucking recognisable, even just voice-wise. Yeah, I do like her. She's great.
Right, I'm going to guess your number one.
Go on then.
Tilda Swinton. Yeah.
We did the top 5 because of a local lass. I thought I would throw a local lass in number 1.
Fair enough.
Tilda Swinton, unbelievable.
Yes, I had her in there. I couldn't fit everyone in.
I know, but for me, Tilda is. We need to talk about Kevin. It's just that performance is so fucking raw and she oozes just pure fucking belief. Like she'd pretty much anything you watch her in, except for Doctor Strange, but anything you watch her in, you just believe her.
Yeah,
she's such a fantastic actress. I was flip-flopping my number 2 and 1, but I think it's mostly because I've got a crush on Vicky McClure. But Tilda just had to go at number 1 because she's just so fucking good. She's unbelievable.
Same as Olivia Colman, that if you see she's going to be in something,
you're going to watch it.
You're going to watch it.
Definitely, definitely, 100%. But, I'm picking one movie there. I'm saying we need to talk about Kevin. She's done loads of stuff, even when she played fucking the Angel Gabriel in Constantine. I loved her in that as well. And it was just like, that was when I didn't know who Tilda Swinton was. But we need to talk about Kevin. Just fucking... I think Ezra as well. Ezra blows you away in that movie. Because he's so, like, there. And just fucking, what you doing, you psychopath. But
the scene where she opens the bathroom door?
Yeah.
And he's having a wank in the mirror. And instead of doing what any normal lad would do... any normal lad would go, fuck, shit, fuck, my life's over. He locks eyes with her and keeps on going. Oh my fucking god.
Anna. That is one hell of a movie.
It's one of those movies where I've only seen it once and I don't want to watch it again.
I've watched it twice. I have watched it twice. I don't know if I would watch it again. I don't know if I would, but she's just, I just love her. I think she's great.
Agreed.
So yeah, she's my number 1. And Tilda, if you ever want to come on the podcast, you are way more than welcome.
Hell yes. So, and same with you, Olivia. Amazing.
And I met a brother and a dad. So
well, it's just rude of anything. Not
exactly.
To come
exactly. That is just the height of ignorance.
Shoddy. You got any honourables?
I never bothered because literally it took me that long to get 5.
Fair enough. I had Lena Headey. I had Karen Gillan, who's fucking great.
Not my cup of tea, but whatever.
Well, gingest. And also Carrie Mulligan.
Yeah, she. I did toy with that one.
She didn't quite. She wasn't going to make my top 5, but I do think she's. I do think she's good.
I did toy with that one, but I decided not to.
There you go.
I think the only other one that I might have had was when we spoke to Ian Lawson. I probably would have put Gemma Arterton on there.
Yeah, but you also mentioned Eva Green as well.
Yeah, but I do like the disappearance of Alice Creed. I don't know if you've seen that. She is phenomenal in that. But it's hard not to be phenomenal in a movie when you're alongside Martin Compston, one of my favourite young Scottish actors, and Eddie Marzan, who just slays everything he's in. He's Ray Donovan. He's the brother that owns the boxing gym.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's
actually done a movie with Olivia Colman as well.
Yeah.
It was Tyrannosaur.
Yep, seen
which,
that. Paddy Considine.
You don't come out of that movie the same as you went in. It's a bleak-ass movie.
Yeah.
But it's great.
Yeah, I've never actually seen it, but I've always wanted to.
Don't watch it if you're having a down day, because you will slit your fucking wrists.
Oh, I'll not be watching it then. Because every day's a down day.
Dear me. No, everybody's great. Everybody is fucking amazing in that movie. But holy fuck, it's bleak. Seriously. Anyway, so that was the top 5.
That has been our top 5.
And that was the episode. I'm having flashbacks of recording the video now.
Why?
Because that's what we said on the video.
Oh, are you doing a fourth wall break?
I am not.
Are you doing a fourth wall break in a podcast?
Why are we?
I don't think it works audio.
No.
Like, visually it works, but not audio.
Hello there.
So if you want to see that video, which, if you want to have a right good laugh at 2 absolute British plums, then I would go and watch it, because we are 2 absolute British plums. If you don't laugh, please don't tell us. That's been the episode. That has been our news. That has been our what have we been watching, and that has been our top 5 British female actresses in recognition of the effort, the sterling effort that was put in on One Big Lie.
Yours was worthier than mine.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. It was.
So you'll be getting this episode today, which is Friday. And next week, you will be getting the Indie Talk, which is an episode with a fantastically new, up-and-coming, energetic, from Leeds director. I couldn't think of another one. I was trying to throw out some platitudes, and I ran out. Yeah, it will be with Corey Greenup, the director of Wandering Rose, a.k.a. Demon Baby, a.k.a. Little Devil, a.k.a. whatever the Taiwanese called it. And he is the director of a new movie coming out in the spring of 2017, Dark Beacon, which
it's going to be good.
We are both looking forward to seeing. And that is a fantastic interview, and we know because we just did it. Like 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago. And Corey was awesome.
Yes, that's a good one.
So yeah, you can find us on the Facebook, on the Twitter. You can find us on the website that we have, which is 365flickspodcast.co.uk. Just look for 365 Flicks. You will find us everywhere. As Chris likes to say, we are like shit in a field. We are on the iTunes, the Stitcher, all the networks that we're on. Just look for 365 and you'll find us.
Yeah.
That pretty much covers it.
Yeah, it's done.
I don't think we need to get too wordy on that one.
Too late, if anything.
Yeah, too late. So yeah, we will be back with episode 65 next week, and then 66.
Order 66.
66. Good get me British. English. First time I'll get away with saying English, because you'll be like, no.
Get fucked, you're not saying that again.
We won the World Cup.
Yeah. We won. Fuck you. End the fucking episode, you prick.
Goodbye.
I think I'm cute. I know I'm sexy. I've got the looks that drives a girl wild. I've got the moves that really move 'em. I said chill up and down there.